Hello, it's the next day and I've already got my morning wood and I just chucked it straight in the back door. Let's get that out and get cracking. Right, trying to figure out how best to make this stand. I'm going to make the stand so it's not going to be attached to the bike. It will be able to be just lifted on and off. I'm thinking I'm going to have like a square on the floor about the width of the wheels, and then another piece of this thick wood on the underside running underneath the bike body, and then 3 of these, one at the front, one at the back, and one in line with these knee rest things in a triangle formation. And I'm hoping that that will be as easy as that. The only thing that's going to make this quite difficult is the body of the bike is angled slightly upwards at the front, so it's going to make the angles I need to cut these at, and the length's a little bit tricky, but measure twice, cut once and all that. We've encountered our first problem. I need to measure a piece of this thick wood to go on the underside of this. This is going to be removed obviously, but this lives under here and it's going to get in the way, so I don't know how I'm going to do that, because I don't want that to be removable, but at the same time it needs to be there. Unless I just move it up slightly and have it go through that beam thing. I'm going to unscrew it for now, and that could be a job for future me. This is out of my brain. Right, if I have this in here, what do I screw it to? I don't want to put it on there really. And then this, when you cut it at a funny angle, makes it wider, so it won't, 2 of them won't fit in that gap, which will be a problem because they've got to fit in that gap. I might have to rethink this. I might add 2 more of these across here with like a central sticky uppy thing instead. Will that be as strong? Who knows? Well, we'll find out. So this is my plan. These 2 bits here will go in the middle there, and this sticky downy thing will be these, and then this bit here will be the long bit that runs under here. So there'll be no real support like this sort of ways, but it's going to be so short it might not matter. I'm going to give it a go. That's a lot easier. There we go, it's starting to look like a thing. I don't really need another one of these here, but it bothers me that the gaps aren't even. Yeah, this is in line with the stirrup things, so it needs to be there. It doesn't need to be one there, but it's gonna be because it just bothers me. There we go, it's got 4 things. Now I screw it together. That's not looking too bad. Now I'm not sure when I come to paint this if I want to paint it black, so it kind of blends in, but then it might look like it's trying to be part of the bike, so maybe I should paint it a slightly different colour, so it's obvious it's just a stand and it isn't part of the bike. But that's not a thing I should be worrying about now. What I want to do is sit on this thing, but I'm not sitting on this because I'll break it. So this needs to go on here, and it needs to be supported here and not be wobbly here. So I'm going to put a bit of wood in here somewhere, and then something along there like that, and that should make it nice and strong. And I think we're done. So let's have a look at that stand. This is the stand under here. It's a lot more sturdy than that single piece of wood was. These are still wobbly. These are just held on temporarily with a couple of screws at the front there, just to give me an idea of where they will sit. They need a slight twist to them. But anyway, the way I'm going to reinforce those, I think, is to attach a piece of this to the stand and have it go underneath here. So that'll make them nice and solid. The seat has been reinforced here and up here. I've had to cut this in half to accommodate this, but this is just a temporary one of these anyway. It'll be whole piece, so the back can't fall apart like that when I do that for real. But that's what that'll be like. The seat obviously will be a nice actual leather seat. The handlebars are still wobbly, but that's the job for tomorrow. What I'm going to do with those probably is, they're wobbly because the pivot point is down here and they're very long. So if I reduce that, it should reduce the wobble. So I might put another T thingamabob here and a beam going across here, which is then essentially half the length of this. So it should be a bit more stable. But we'll see tomorrow. For now, let's answer that question of, can this support someone sitting on it? Now to do that, I need to go hands-free, and I've just spent 10 minutes knocking this up. This is a little holder for my phone in my old person's leather phone case. So I don't have to take the case off, I can just slide that in like that. Now, let's see. So the idea is for people to be able to sit on this. I think I'm a pretty good test because I weigh about 105 kilograms. That's about, what, 230 something pounds. Oh, right. Easily. Yeah, that's yeah, that's not going anywhere. That's cool. I don't think anyone's gonna sit on it like this, because what the hell kind of weird yoga position is that? If anyone does sit on this at Comic-Cons and things, I think it'll be like this, maybe with the hands on the handlebars like this, or they'll just stand next to it, because I'm 6'1" and it is quite a job cocking your leg over. I'm glad that the knee things aren't in the way. So tomorrow's job will be the last of the structural stuff, which is making these and those more solid. And then structurally I'm happy with it, and it'll be just a case of dressing it up and making it look nice. And I've got weeks until the Comic-Con. This is unheard of. I'm going to have this done well early. Maybe. See you next time.